and with the Indiana Fever today. Unfortunately, we have the horrific, terrible news that Sophie Cunningham is officially out for the rest of the season with a torn MCL.
That night under the basket turned into one of the season's most explosive flashpoints. Sophie Cunningham tore right MCL and was ruled out for the rest of the year, while Bria Hartley was caught on camera smiling in the aftermath, only fueling outrage. Fans erupted online, calling the play reckless, intentional, and demanding accountability after referees let it slide without a whistle and the league stayed silent. But Sophie isn't fading quietly. Even with her career shaken, she's firing back, aiming her word directly at critics in the league, refusing to be silenced. And now the question is clear. What exactly did Sophie say that has everyone buzzing? If you stand with her, drop ***, fired up for Sophie **** in the comments.
The hits just keep coming for the Indiana Fever. Not unexpected that Sophie Cunningham ruled out for the season, but devastating nonetheless as the injuries just continue to pile up. Of course, Sydney Colson already out for the season, Ari McDonald out for the season, and now Sophie Cunningham out for the season. That's with Caitlin Clark still out and having been out for much of the season.
The turning point of Indiana's season came in that chilling second quarter sequence against the Sun. Bria Hartley barreled to the rim, lost her footing, and crashed straight into Sophie Cunningham's right leg. The impact sent Cunningham collapsing to the floor, screaming in pain as she clutched her knee. Instantly, the building froze. Teammates sprinted over. The Fever bench wore looks of shock, and the silence in the arena made it clear this wasn't just another hard fall. It was the kind of moment that changes everything.
Listen, Sophie Cunningham was targeted, y'all. I'm telling you right now, Sophie Cunningham was targeted by Bria Hartley, and it just is what it is. It is what it is. I don't want to sit here and play games and act like, you know, she wasn't. She was targeted by Bria Hartley, and that's just the fact of the matter. And people can act like it's not all they want. I told you guys this girl was a dirty player, and that's all she did today was show how dirty she is.
What poured gasoline on the fire wasn't just the injury, it was the aftermath. Seconds after Cunningham went down, cameras zoomed in on Bria Hartley, and the broadcast caught what looked like a smile. That single frame rocketed across social media within minutes. Fans replayed it over and over, convinced it wasn't nerves or disbelief but a smirk of satisfaction. The collision was bad enough, but that image became the flashpoint, fueling outrage and convincing many that this wasn't just an accident. It was something far uglier.
Look, you can tell Bria Hartley, in my opinion, she launched herself into her knee. She did. And I've seen some of the reaction online, and guys, it's despicable. It really is. There's a lot of people celebrating this injury. And guess what? You can imagine who it is. It's members of the old WNBA fandom, the ones that root for Paige Beckers and Angel Reese and Asia Wilson and all the usual damn suspects.
And that, more than anything, is what enraged fans and players alike. The officials let play continue, offering no review, no flagrant upgrade, not even a hard look at what had just happened. To the Fever, it felt like Sophie Cunningham's season-ending torn MCL wasn't just a cruel accident. It was brushed aside as if it didn't matter. The silence from the whistle made the injury sting even deeper, turning frustration into outright fury.
Sophie announcing her being out with an MCL tear, which, by the way, the MCL tear, relatively speaking, is good news because it's not an ACL tear. She's not out for like a year or anything, but she's out for the rest of this year. And they're going to miss her toughness. They're going to miss her shooting. They're going to miss her playmaking to a degree.
This wasn't viewed as a freak accident. It was a boiling point of something bigger. For years, fans and players have argued that overly physical plays are ignored until someone gets seriously hurt, and Hartley's collision only reinforced that belief. With her history of questionable incidents early in the season, many felt this was not random but part of a broader failure to protect athletes. The outrage extended far beyond Hartley, landing squarely on officiating and the league office under Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Critics say the WNBA's let-them-play approach has gone too far, exposing players to preventable injuries. Cunningham's torn MCL became the breaking point, a painful symbol of a league too slow to adapt and too willing to risk its stars.
This is terrible. You don't want to see anybody go out, especially with an injury. And Sophie Cunningham has been kind of like the heartbeat of this team with Caitlin Clark being out. She's like the first player we actually seen come out and stand up for Caitlin Clark and have her back. So this definitely sucks. And beyond her having Caitlin Clark back, her play on the floor.
For Sophie, the blow was devastating. The MRI confirmed a torn right MCL, ending her season on the spot. After clawing her way into a vital role for Indiana, everything vanished in a single collision that now loops endlessly across highlight reels and social feeds. What should have been remembered as another hard-fought game instead turned into a lasting image of a player broken on the floor. And for fans, it wasn't just Sophie's injury. It was the embodiment of everything they believe the league has failed to confront. Unsafe play, absent whistles, and silence from leadership while stars are left vulnerable.
This has been an injury-riddled season for the team and Sophie Cunningham. You got to remember she had that ankle injury, which is why she's wearing an ankle brace in the game. She had that in the beginning of the season. She was dealing with an injury. She fought back, came off the bench, got into the starting lineup, and she started lighting it up for us. She was knocking down the threes. She was bringing that energy, and us fans wanted her to get more shots, and we were upset at the fact that she's standing around wide open looking for the ball, and she's just not getting the ball on a lot of these possessions.
In the immediate aftermath, Sophie stayed silent, but her family didn't. Her sister Lindsay went straight to the WNBA, blasting officials and accusing the league of caring more about handing out fines and protecting players. That hit a nerve with fans already demanding consistency from referees. Then her mom, Paula, poured gasoline on the fire with a post, later deleted, calling Hartley reckless and out of control, hinting this wasn't the first time she'd crossed a line. Together, those raw, unfiltered reactions gave the public a window into just how furious Sophie's inner circle was, and they pushed the pressure squarely back onto the referees and league leadership.
I'm so proud of you. We're proud of you too. Proud of you. I'm so proud of you guys. I know that sometimes it sounds like just a word when we talk about being resilient, but it's not, man. It's how we live. Yep. It's how y'all live, and it's a tribute to you. It's a tribute to your connectedness, your togetherness, your toughness, your mindset. You never give up gritty attitudes. Like, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And
Sophie Cunningham's torn MCL isn't just bad luck. It shines a light on a league-wide problem of inconsistent officiating and weak enforcement. On the play, there was no flagrant, no upgrade, and no discipline announced. For fans, that silence feels like neglect under Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's leadership. Sophie's family and supporters are demanding answers, faster clarification, independent reviews, and clear standard to protect players moving forward. Coach Stephanie White said her team has something inside you just can't teach, and Indiana showed it against Connecticut. Even without Sophie and Caitlin, the Fever's resilience was undeniable. And now, Sophie's fiery words online prove she's not backing down. She's using her voice to keep this fight alive while she recovers. If you stand with Sophie, drop Fired Up for Sophie in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a moment. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.